You get the job, the house, the relationship you chased for years, and then nothing. No fireworks, no lasting joy, just a quiet, hollow feeling, followed by a new question. Okay, what's next? If you've ever felt that, you're not broken. You're experiencing something almost every human eventually runs into, and there's a reason it happens to nearly everyone. Let's start with what's actually going on in your brain. When you chase a goal, your brain releases dopamine, but here's the part almost nobody realizes. Dopamine isn't really the reward chemical, it's the anticipation chemical. It spikes while you're working towards something, not after you get it. The moment you achieve the goal, that dopamine drops fast. What you feel afterward isn't failure, it's just your brain returning to baseline after the chase is over. This explains something strange most people experience but rarely talk about. The goal often felt better in your imagination than in reality. While you were working toward it, your brain kept rewarding you with little hits of motivation and excitement. Once you actually reach it, that reward system has nothing left to give you, because as far as your brain is concerned, the exciting part is already over. There's a name for this pattern: hedonic adaptation. It's the tendency for humans to quickly return to a stable level of happiness, no matter what happens to them, good or bad. Studies on lottery winners are famous for this. Many report a huge spike in happiness right after winning, and then, within about a year, their overall happiness levels return to roughly where they were before. Not because the money didn't help, but because humans are wired to adapt to almost anything, positive or negative, faster than we expect. This isn't a flaw, it's actually a survival mechanism. If ancient humans felt permanently satisfied after finding food or shelter, they'd stop striving and stop surviving. Our brains are built to chase, not to rest in satisfaction for long. The problem is, this system evolved for a world of scarcity and survival. It wasn't built for a world where we set goals like get promoted or buy a house, expecting those achievements to deliver lasting fulfillment. Here's where it gets even more interesting. Psychologists have found that the way you set goals directly affects how empty you feel after reaching them. If your entire sense of identity gets wrapped around a single outcome, I'll finally be happy when I get this, the achievement can't possibly live up to that pressure. You've built up years of expectation around one moment, and no single moment can carry that much emotional weight. There's also a comparison trap at play. The moment you reach a goal, your brain doesn't stay focused on how far you've come. It immediately starts scanning for the next benchmark. You get the promotion, and within days, you're comparing yourself to people one level above you. You buy the house, and suddenly you're noticing the neighbor's better one. This isn't ingratitude, it's your brain's default setting, always measuring against a moving target, rarely pausing to measure against where you started. So does this mean chasing goals is pointless? Not exactly. Research on this topic points to something surprising. People tend to get more lasting satisfaction from the process of pursuing meaningful goals than from the achievement itself. In other words, the version of you working late, learning, struggling, and slowly improving is often experiencing more real fulfillment than the version of you standing at the finish line. This reframes the whole problem. The emptiness after achievement isn't a sign that the goal was wrong. It's a sign that your brain is already asking for its next challenge, because growth, not arrival, is what actually feels good to a human mind. People who understand this tend to build lives around continuous, meaningful pursuits rather than single, one-time finish lines. They set new goals not because the old one failed, but because they've learned this is simply how motivation is designed to work. There's also a quieter shift that helps, learning to notice satisfaction in the moment rather than waiting for some future achievement to deliver it. Studies on gratitude and mindfulness consistently show that people who deliberately pause to acknowledge progress, rather than only chasing the next milestone, report more stable happiness over time. It doesn't remove the dip after big achievements, but it softens it. So if you've worked incredibly hard for something, finally got it, and then felt strangely empty afterward, that's not a personal failure. That's just how the human brain has operated for hundreds of thousands of years. The chase was never supposed to end at the goal. It was supposed to continue in a new direction for as long as you're alive. Have you ever felt this after finally reaching something you wanted for years? Let me know in the comments, and subscribe for more videos exploring the psychology behind everyday feelings like this one.